Okay, good afternoon. Let's start our component C. Benji is having technical problem no in his computer, so let's continue our session. Let me share my screen. Okay, for this afternoon session, we are going to talk about few things. We're going to continue our session. No, one is about nonverbal communication, and this is a continuation of our interview. No, how are you going to ace in your job interview? And the last part of our session today, there will be mock interview, and we ask students to volunteer and participate in our mock interview because we will be coaching you, we will be helping you how to improve your performance when you are facing a job interview. All right. So our topic this afternoon is about nonverbal communication. We're going to talk about the importance, the relevance, and the significance of the nonverbal communication in your job interview. Now, there are three sets of cues important in job interview. One is your vocal, no? Of course, when you say vocal, the tone of your voice, kung basin mura kag mantianak og tingog, no? Or mura ba kag luyat og tingog, all right? So, you have to do something about your voice if you think that your voice has those characteristics, all right? The other one is physical appearance. That's why part of our topic this afternoon is that what are the suggested attire that you are going to wear when you're in a job interview. And third is your body movement or gestural. No, this involves, of course, your facial expression. No, um, and nodding. All right. Okay. So some facts about nonverbal communication. It says here that the evaluation of your nonverbal communication starts as soon as you walk into the company's lobby and continue until the interview is finished. That's why you have to be wary, you have to be careful because the moment that you enter into the company's lobby, sometimes these companies have installed CCTV no, in their lobby or in the area where you are waiting for your turn to be interviewed. And while they're doing that, no, while you are still there in the nook, waiting for your number to be called, waiting for your name to be called, they're making initial observations about you. All right. So that's why you have to be careful. It says here that if your nonverbal communication skills aren't up to par, it won't matter how well you answer the questions. Nonverbal communication is driven by someone's emotional state and instinct. So, well, the key there is that you have to look confident, no? Dapat relax ka and confident ka, dapat hindi ka natitense, no? Yung mukha mo dapat hindi tense looking, all right? And so why is it that you are tense looking or why is it that you are not confident looking? Because of your feeling, because of your emotional state at the time that you are there for job interview, waiting for your turn to be interviewed or while you are waiting facing the interviewer no during the job interview. So how you're feeling like nervousness and not very confident, you'll be more likely to fidget and avoid eye contact. All right? The interviewer's reaction to job candidates are strongly influenced by the applicant's appearance. No? So the way you cloth yourself, your attire, the color of your attire, no, the preparation that you have had for your attire will have some effect on how the interviewer will react and how will the questions will be thrown at you, no, and the interest of the interviewer also will be influenced by your personal appearance during the interview. Studies show that persons who are attractive and appropriately dressed generally receive higher ratings than ones judged to be unattractive or inappropriately dressed. So um, sometimes there are prejudgment no given to an applicant based on the attire, but that's part of the criteria or is part of the basis where the where the interviewer are making assessment on the ability and on the potential of the applicants. That's why you have to wear something that's appropriate for the occasion, all right? Because if the attire that you are wearing is inappropriate for the occasion, it will give negative impression to the interviewer. An interviewee must be credible. In order for him or for her to form a positive impression, they must have self confidence, attitude, and positive personality traits. Okay? So you have to maintain this uh, confidence, this positive attitude, no? And positive personality traits. All right? In order for you to be credible, because one important assessment that the interviewer will do is that whether you are competent, whether you are capable of performing the task that will be given to you in case you will be hired. And if you don't exude any believability, any credibility at all during job interview, then that's why you will not be considered for the position. All right? Lalo na kung medyo ano ka, no, tulog-tulog ka sa kangkungan, all right? Dapat ipakita mo talaga na you are prepared for the occasion, all right? So makikita natin yan ngayon in the mock interview. Some of you may manifest that you are not yet ready. That's okay, no problem about that, no? Because that's why you are here, because you want to improve yourself. We will coach you, we will advise you based on your performance in the mock interview this afternoon on the areas that you need to improve. We will also give some tips on how are you going to respond to some of the questions that will be raised. It says here that human communication consists of 65% nonverbal and only 35% consists of words. So what are these nonverbal communication? This includes facial expressions, the tone of your voice, no, your movement, your appearance, your eye contact, and your gestures. And only 35% accounts for our human communication. So let's discuss in details what are these nonverbal communication. No? What are the advisable body language? Well, if you're in a face-to-face interview, then you can have a firm handshake. If your handshake is too slack, it will seem as if you are not interested. You make eye contact with the interviewer for a few seconds at a time. So, sinasabi dito for a few seconds at a time, hindi naman dapat na all the time, no? I mean, you focus, hindi ka na mamilok, all right? So, your eye-to-eye contact must have some variation. And how long is the eye-to-eye contact? Pwede naman mga 3 to 6 seconds, all right? 3 to 6 seconds, and then may variation ka, tingin ka sa left, tingin ka sa right. Even in a remote virtual interview, you can also do eye to eye by looking at the camera, no, of your computer, and from there feel mo talaga na nag eye to eye contact kayo, no, during the interview. We will see that. We will ask the students who will be in the mock interview this afternoon, no, in the practice, to switch on your camera so that ma-feel na ninyo, no, ma-practice na kayo. You smile and you nod at appropriate times when the interviewer is talking. Don't laugh unless the interviewer does first. Don't slouch. Relax and you lean forward a little towards the interviewer so you appear interested and engaged. So, ganyan kayo, no? Move forward a little. Huwag kayo ganyan, nakaupo. Because if you do that, it seems that ka-level nyo lang ang posisyon na nag-i-interview sa inyo, no? So, medyo arrogant looking ang dating ninyo if you are doing that. All right? Don't lean back. You will look too casual and relax. No? If you're in a face-to-face interview, you keep your feet on the floor and your back against the lower back of the chair. You pay attention and you have to look interested. You listen, do not interrupt. You stay calm. Even if you had bad experience in previous job interviews, you keep your emotions to yourself. Not sure what to do with your hands, you can hold a pen and notepad or rest an arm on the chair or on your lap so you look comfortable. No? You can bring a pen um, because you know sometimes really you are tense. No, you are not sure. There are uncertainties whether you can respond to questions well. That's why in order for you to look comfortable and relaxed, then you can bring pen. Para medyo ano ka naman, no? Um, genius looking ang dating, serious looking ang dating mo. May pen ka, may notes ka, something like that. Don't let your arms fly around the room when you're making a points. Okay? So because it's very obvious that if you're doing that, you're really tense. And that's why you're releasing your emotion by, flying, making compass, flying, letting your arms fly around the room. As I said that your attire really can make a difference, no, in your interview, and it can make a first and lasting impression to the interviewer. So that's why you have to be ready on what to wear. You have to invest on a nice clothes for the interview, during the interview. So first up, you can work with colors and layers. Kahit 500 students, gusto ko lang i-remind sa inyo na nasa young generation kayo, and there is an impression that kayo yung generation that you have taste for fashion and style, okay? And having different colors in your attire would mean that you are a creative person. You are showing the creativity side of you, as long as the colors are coordinated with each other, no? So if you're doing that, you're working with colors and different layers in your attire, you are telling to the interviewer that you really have fashion for, or you have taste for fashion and style, okay? So please do that. All right? Kasi yan ang generation ninyo eh. Kaya nga nauso sa inyo ang OOTD, 'di ba? Kasi conscious kayo how you should look, how should others look at you, and how should others see you, no? The way you wear, the way you carry yourselves, okay? The other one is that you can wear sweater and button down if the interview happens during rainy season, cold season, no? Or if the position requires you to travel a lot. If there's a need for you to hop from one place to another, move from one place to another, then you can wear sweater and button down. In that case, you are telling the HR, the interviewer, that you know what is the requirement of the position. If the position requires you most of the time to stay in the office and face the top honchos in the organization, no, the big bosses and the like, plus again, do not forget that you are in a young generation, you're digital natives, your generation has taste for fashion and style, then you have to be fashionable even if you look very corporate tease, no, very corporate ang look mo niyan. So you can wear navy blue blazer. Why navy blue and why not black? Because navy blue kasi you can match that with different colors. Again, meron tayong pinabalik-balik ko na about dapat kayo, no? Ipakita nyo na you have taste for fashion and style. Magaling kayo, creative kayo sa style, all right? And ang color blue kasi represents loyalty, no? So, once ako, halimbawa, if I see someone, especially in an interview, wearing something blue, or the dominant color is blue, you are giving a message that you are a loyal person, that you are going to stick with me. Kaya nga alam nyo sa mga restaurant, ang color yellow and red are colors for fast food. That's why you notice McDonald's, Jollibee, that's why fast food yan eh. But if you go to a restaurant that's with medyo pricey restaurant, no? Hefty priced restaurant, that's fine dining, no? You'll see their solid colors like earth colors or blue colors, because the intention there is that you are going to stay in that restaurant for quite some time, and that you are going to have tete, have communication for quite. You are not there for the food. Well, you're there also for the food, but aside from the food, you're there because you're going to talk a lot. No, you're going to spend with your colleagues, no, with your group for quite some time. That's why you will notice that there are earth colors and blue colors. Okay, so yeah, navy blue blazer. For you to be safe, you're not sure the requirements of the position. whether you're going to stay in the office most of the time or whether you are going to travel a lot, no, then you can wear casual button down. You will never go wrong with this, no. This is a very safe attire. Also with, uh, black and whites. That's old style, but it still work, no. Okay. So generally for the guys, you can wear suit, solid color. We said solid colors because we said that solid colors like black represents authority. So if you're wearing black, I'm not saying that you cannot wear black blazer, no, but you can. But the thing there is that blue looks more fashionable, no. Black color represents authority. So when you're wearing black, you're giving an impression, you're giving a message that you are very knowledgeable on the requirements, no, of the position of the work. uh, Also with gray and then blue, as I already mentioned, that you are loyal. Okay, you are going to stick there for so long because again there is an impression, no, an idea that your generation will not stick there for so long, no. You want to hop from one work to another. Kaya nga din nauso sa inyo ang kasabihang hashtag walang forever. Kasi kayo yung mga generation na ang dali ninyong magsawa, 'di ba? Okay. So when you wear that color, you are changing that impression. When you're wearing a suit, do not wear short sleeve. You have to wear long sleeve. Okay? Hindi match ang suit at saka ang short sleeve. And you have to make it sure that the color of your sleeve, long sleeve, is coordinated with the suit. You have to wear tie and then dark socks and conservative leather shoes. You can wear jewelry and pinaka-safe na jewelry is watch. That's the most important jewelry for gentlemen, for guys, no? And in fact, your watch speaks about the status, your status in life, about your choices in life, and about your preferences in life, no? So, watch is an important accessory, no? Or jewelry or accessory for the guys. You will see the status, you will see the preferences of that person, of that guy, based on the watch that he wears. Of course, neat professional hairstyle, no? Hindi pwede yung haba-haba ng buhok and the like. Because those who will do the interview are a little bit conservative, no? I mean, they come from different generation and they will not understand the idea of you having a long hair, weird look, something like that. Limit the aftershave, neatly trimmed nails. And for sure, the ladies would agree with me that if I would say that guys with untrimmed nails are so yucks, no? I mean, ew. Bulingit tan-awon ang mga lalaki nga mga tag-as og kuko kay hugaw gud na, no? Musawod gud na siya hugaw niya, kit-kit-kiton pag yun, di ba? Nya, di pag yun ka mahilig maghugas og kamot before you eat. So, di ba? And then you can bring portfolio or briefcase so that added accessory yan sa iyo during the interview. When you do that, when you bring portfolio, it will give an impression that you are really a serious one, no? For the ladies, you can wear sweater and black dress pants. If you see the photo, if you're going to wear this during interview, then it's easy for you to move, especially if you're going to, take a cab or take a jeep from your place of origin going to the interview place, no? But it looks very corporate, very business attire, very professional, very career-oriented woman, no? You can also experiment with button down, so akin to the first attire. The thing there is that there is easy mobility, easy movements. All right. If the job, just like the guys, if the job requires you to stay in the office most of the time and then face the bosses, the supervisors or your top executives in the organization, then you can wear navy blue blazer and khaki skirt, no. In that sense, you are very corporate in your look. All right. If the job requires you to move a lot, especially technical courses, technical careers, like engineering, architecture, criminology, you don't need to stay in the office most of the time. You need to travel. You need to be outdoor, most of the time. So you can wear button down and V-neck sweater. In that case, you are showing to the interviewer that you know the requirement of the position and you don't need to wear dress, no? Uh, Yan, madali ka makapag-move, outdoor ang dating mo. All right? Easy for you to move and easy for you to travel. Okay? If you're into marketing and sales, or if you're, for example, the work requires you to face the client of the company, or if you know you're with a team who will be closing a deal, then you have to be feminine, you have to be soft, the way you look. All right. uh and that's why the advice there is you wear statement dresses, because it will bring out the femininity side of you, no? And once you are soft in your look, it's easy to convince your potential client about your products or about the service that you are offering to them. Print cardigans, and then you have black dress and tights. The dominant color here is black, because as I said, black represents authority. So if you want to prove that you are really very knowledgeable of the position, like for example, accounting, or you're a CPA, no? Again, you're an architecture or an architect or an engineer, a chemist, things like that. Those are highly specialized and highly technical profession. That's why you're sharing, you're telling, no, you're showing to the interviewer that you are really knowledgeable of the position. That's why black is there. The dominant color is black, and then you have black dress and tights. Okay, all right. Part of the topic that we are going to discuss is about entrepreneurship, because some of you may not be interested to stay as an employee, no, for so long in the entire career, no, in their entire career. They may start being an employee of a certain company, but later on, some of you will start your own business, no, run your own business, no. So that's why we have incorporated in Kaid 500 a little topic about entrepreneurship, or be your own boss. So there are two types of employment. No problem about that. If you prefer to be employing in a company, and then you're going to receive a salary and you have your boss, that's wage employment. And there's nothing wrong about that. No? You are still fulfilling your career goals. All right. But if you want to run your own company, and you don't like that you have your boss, you want to be boss by yourself, then that is self-employment, and there is also nothing wrong with that. You can start your own business. You hire people. You can even hire your classmates and friends to work for you, and you are your own boss. Now, if you want to be an entrepreneur, then you have to see whether you have these qualities of an entrepreneur, right? Risk taker. So you're not afraid to take a risk, no? You're willing to work hard. You are passionate about pursuing a business idea, no? And if you're an entrepreneur, then therefore you are going to introduce something that's new, uh something that is differentiate, I mean something that's different, no, something that the product and services that you have may be a little bit different from those that are existing in the market, no. So therefore you are very creative, you are innovative thinker. All right, you want to be the product or the service that you want to introduce in the market, in order to be noticed by the consumers, by the buyers. Then you have to improve, no, those that are existing, or introduce entirely new in the market. I'm sorry for that. Or you can easily bounce back when things fail, no, because there is no perfect. It's not, if you're going into a business, it's not a straight line method. All right, there are times that you will fail. But the point there is that you know how to recover, you know how to stand up again and proceed with your goal. All right. You are physically and emotionally able to withstand the pressure, because there will be pressures along the way. Uh, there will be orders coming in. You have, if you have loan, if you have financial obligations, because you borrow money to to have more capital for your business, then therefore you have to beat deadlines to settle all those. So there are many pressures that you are going to have. There are wages that you are going to, settle with those who are working with you. So again, that's physical and emotional pressure. You have to be resourceful and innovative. So try to see yourself if you have those characteristics. You can envision the future, you know how to sell and market, and you can handle money well. You are that person who is not so splurge, no? One day millionaire. You know how to manage finances, okay? Uh, and you are maybe thrift, okay? You save a lot, and before you spend something, you really have to think whether this is very important, whether it will give you, income or not. So, what does it take to become an entrepreneur? Number one is you assess yourself. So, take a look at the qualities again, whether you have all those qualities, no? And if you have those qualities, then maybe you can be an entrepreneur. You study the business you want to go into. If you have something in mind that you wish to involve, that you wish to start, that you wish to run in the future, then you have to study that. You have to read books. You have to expose yourself, no? Spend some time studying all those stuff. You ask advice, especially those who are into that business, and ask for help. You prepare for both success and failure because, as I said, it's not all success. Going to a success goal is not a straight line. There will be failures along the way, there will be falls along the way, there will be humps and bumps in your journey. But the point there is that how you were able to withstand all those. And if you need financial, additional finance, no resources for your business, there are microfinancing you can apply in the bank. You go to government institutions just like DTI. DTI has a Kanegosyo Center where they are providing a training, cum production. No, if you're producing something, they will provide a training, and you are going to produce something, and the something that you have produced can be yours, and you can start that as your own business, no? You can also go to Department of Science and Technology. They have financing for entrepreneurs, and also Department of Labor and Employment. So there are many institutions who can help you. The thing there is that you try to access them, no? You try to improve your information, and where to access and how to access them. All right. So let's proceed now to the interview, to our mock interview. We need volunteers, as I mentioned, because don't be shy. The purpose of our interview this afternoon is that for you to be trained yourself, because I believe that the more that you expose yourself to this dreaded situation, the more that you can gain confidence, no? And confidence is very important once you are there in a job interview. In interview, there's the rule of three. You have to be brief, you have to be articulate and structured. All right. uh, why is it that you need to be articulate and you need to be structured? Because sometimes if you don't have any structure at all in responding to questions, the tendency of you going around the bush, and where is now the meat of your answer? All right, you know what I mean? So whether you are confident using the deductive method or an inductive method, from the general idea to specific, or you start with a specific from the general idea, then practicing nyo yan, no? Practicing nyo yan. Halimbawa kanina, there's one thing that I noticed in the morning session. Nung tinanong siya, if you're an animal, what animal would you want to be? I think ang sagot niya is eagle. Diretso kaagad siya, no? Okay naman yun, correct naman yun. Sabi niya, eagle. Because you see eagle flying and it can move, it can travel to many places. That's correct, no? But pwede mo naman din pagandahin yung the way ka mag-respond, no? Like pwede mo sabihin that I'm a person who loves to travel, and I'm that kind of person who see many places, who wants to expand my network of friends. And I compare myself to an eagle, because you see eagle, it's easy for that animal to travel places, to move places, and meet things like that and like that. I believe that in this position, what's important is the ability of the person to travel and to expand their network, expand people. It's very important for the person who will accept the position to have those abilities. O, di ba? So, I mean, you can say it in a nice way. You can say it in a more impressive style. All right? So try to have your own style. Rule of marketing. So remember that if you're in a job interview, the most important person there, the most important part of the interview is the organization. You are there because you are selling yourself and you have to address their needs. And if they're going to hire you, what's in it for them? All right? What do you possess that is value adding to the company? All right? Even if it is not mentioned in the requirement for the position, we're hiring for this applicant who possess the following qualities or something like that. But if you think that you have those qualities that are not specified in the hiring announcement, but you think and you believe that these qualities which are present in you are also very important in the performance of the task, then you share that. You focus on them. And don't be afraid. Don't be so nervous because the job interview are questions about your life, about your competencies, about your abilities. It's all about you and how these abilities, your experience match with the requirement of the position and of the organization. Ganun lang naman, no? So it's not enough that you describe yourself, you describe your experience, but you try to establish the connection of the information that you have to the requirement of the position and to the organization. All right. So, things you need to prepare before the interview, you remind yourself, you prepare yourself, you research the company and the position, have an inventory of your skills, find out what the employer wants and your potential. All right. So, maybe we can start, Benji. Um, can you take over?
Yes, sir. Okay, so students, let's have our first volunteer. I think we have Dabney Castillo and also Elaine. All right. Sige. Okay, we have also Christian. So marami tayong gusto mag ano, sir. We have volunteers. All right.
So, are you the one who will ask the question?
Ikaw lang siguro, sir.
Ano man? Harapon.
So I'll just, ako na lang mag ano, sir. I'll promote them to panelists. Kasi, so sir, we have now ano, Elaine.
Okay. Hi, Elaine. Please turn on your camera. Switch on your camera.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Sige, please tell us something about yourself, Elaine. Your course, and then, any information that you need us to know about you.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Elaine P. Palmamento, and I'm a fourth year Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English student. And because I'm in the education field, I'm someone who wants to pursue innovations regarding education, and I think I'm going to be a really passionate teacher in the future.
Is that really what do you want? Taking education in English?
Yes, sir. I've always been passionate communicating to other people, and especially in English. So that's why I took the English as a major. And I also like breaking complex information into smaller digestible pieces. So I think that's also something that made me pursue education.
Okay. Sige,
I
so
think
let's
Elaine is
start.
also one of the human.
Ganun ba?
Yes, sir.
Hindi,
Yes.
yung klaro, maklaro. Kaya pa, gwapa manggod kakaayo gang dira adapita. Sige, okay. So, Let's have this. What can you do for us that other candidates can't? For sure, there's going to be. You feel that you are already a graduate of education. You're applying for teaching position, okay? And then, so that's the question. What can you do for us that other candidates can?
Okay, so during this entire pandemic, realized a lot of things, and then I also thought of this idea of developing an offline learning material which students can use. And I think if I pursue that, that is really something valuable that I can contribute to even the school that I'm going to applying into. And I think it will also really help the education sector in general.
Okay. How has your experience in college prepared you for your career?
Oh, I actually joined a lot of extracurriculars. And so I think that all the skill that I have learned joining all those organizations and clubs has contributed to me honing my skills, like communication skills and writing skills, of course, because I also joined the student publication. And that said, I think that all the relevant information or knowledge that I learned in school, it will also be matched with the skills that I gained. So I think it has really prepared me for a productive career.
Okay. If I were to ask your professors or your previous boss to describe you, what would they say?
I think they would say that I'm a very leader type of person. I think they would say that I like to try new things and to jump, even though jump into, I don't know, maybe not really scary things, but maybe things that are new to me and that may excite me because I like to learn. And I think there is no losses when it comes to new endeavors or new learning because really there is only either you win or you gain some. So that's it.
Do you see yourself working in a private or in a public school?
I
Which
think
is more
I
interesting to you?
can work in both. I've only been enrolled in private school, so I only know that
Since you're elementary?
field. Yes, sir. So I don't really know how the public school works, but of course I'm willing to um, apply or work either under the two of those. Yes.
Because in reality, you have not exposed yet to working in a public school, no, because you have not done your OJT or your anong tawag doon, yung exposure
Yes,
ninyo.
yes, sir. But we actually had field study exposures in
Yeah,
public
field study
schools.
exposure,
Yeah, so there's that. And I think that is also very interesting for me. So of course I'm open to new experiences and I'm not shutting myself to only or limiting myself to only private schools. But of course, wherever life takes me, I'm willing to go.
You have other option other than, teaching after your graduation. What other
Yes, sir.
options do you have in your
Actually,
bucket list?
oh yeah. Actually, because of that, because of this pandemic also, it's fueled by today's current health crisis. I also wanted to create a YouTube channel that provides free education for students where they can just watch their what do you call this their lessons and I want to really be creative about it because of course it's an audiovisual material. I wanted there to be lesson material that they really want to watch, that they find enjoyable, and I wanted that to be because I really wanted to be in the local, like in the Davao City area. So I wanted to teach in Bisaya or even teach English using Bisaya as a medium. So that's a bit ambitious, but
So, pang ano
that's
ka
really
na,
something I'm considering.
pang Miss Universe Philippines ka na, meron ka ng yung tawag doon, yung kanilang mga projects,
Vision.
di ba? Diba?
Yes, sir.
Advocacy.
Ha? Anong
Advocacy.
tawag doon, Benji?
Advocacy.
Yeah, may advocacy ka na teaching young children through your YouTube channels. O, di ba? I think we have to invite her, Benji, doon sa ating plano about, di ba, yung promotional video something, no? Elaine, no? Elaine ba yung name mo?
Yes, sir.
So,
Elaine.
ayan, Elaine. O, sige. Thank you very much, Elaine. Good luck to you and stay safe always. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sige, who is next? Christian, Carl?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, Christian. Good afternoon. Sige, please introduce yourself. Tell us something about your program and any other information that we need to know about you.
Okay, so I am Christian Carl A. Tagok, fourth year PSB Human Resource Management.
Mhm.
And I've been part of student organization right now. I am the president of JP MAP UMA and the treasurer for Council of Student Organization. And I've also been part of an online exchange student in Universitas of Bayangkara Raya, Indonesia. And we recently concluded our class. And I am a person who can lead. I am a person who is willing to commit the people that I'm serving with. So that's all. Thank you.
Benji, transfer ka ragod kadali-dali sa ako kay mag-ano ko. Sige, so let's start this. No, I mean that's good. You have many involvement, you have many exposures, and that's good because it will bolster and your credentials the moment that and perfect because you're also an HR. Sige, so for the meantime, I'll ask Benji because I have some urgent matter to attend to. Sige, Benji.
All right. So, Christian, let's start your interview. So, assume that you're already a graduate. Okay. Okay. So, let's start here. If I were to ask your professor or your previous boss to describe you, what would they say?
I think they will describe me as a motivated person and committed person because in everything that I do, I always put passion in it. Like for example, if there's an examination, I always study 2 weeks before the exam. So I think that's a huge edge for me to answer the exam properly and I can have a good score every time we check the examination. And I think that is something I acquired during my college days because back when I was in high school, I don't really study well. But when I college, I wanted to pursue. I wanted to graduate. Back when I was in college, I really wanted to graduate with honors or something like that. That is why I am driven, and I think that's what the professor saw me. I saw at me, saw my potential, and that I think that is something that they would say to you or to you.
All right. Okay. So, with that, what salary are you expecting?
Mm. Wait, is there the next question?
What salary are you expecting? Next question. You don't want to answer.
Okay. What salary I'm expecting? Can I expose an amount, sir, or answering this question, or I would just expect
Well, it's up to you.
Okay. I'm expecting a salary that would, of course, sustain my daily needs and help my family as well. And me as a person, I'm not an ambitious person, and I am not the person who spend a lot. So every time, if I have the money, I always used to save it or expend something that is really in need. So I think if I would expect for a salary, maybe a salary that is good for a newly hard employee. Thanks.
Okay. So this is a very Miss Universe question. If you had to live your life over again, what one thing you would change?
I think I would change my lifestyle. So as you can see, as a person, I am not that physically fit person. But if I would have to want to live again and change something, that would be my lifestyle. I would be more conscious about my health, the things I eat, physical activity, because that is something that's in need in the organization. A person who could work well, both physically, mentally, and physically. So I think that is more important. But now I am still going there. I'm still improving myself to fit on the organization and what I wanted in life, both physically and mentally health. Thank you.
So, is there anything else that I should know about you?
Um, yes, I am a competitive person in a competitive way, because for me, if there's a competition, I became more motivated and innovative and always thinking outside the box. So every time that there's a competition, I want to I want to stand out from the others. I want to become somebody who would recognize all my effort. That is why in every examination back when I was in college years, I always studied 2 weeks before the examination because I wanted to get the high grade, the highest score. I don't know if others would take it as a negative, but for me it's a positive, because that is something that I could apply in the organization. If I will be given a task and I will be pressured, then I would be more competitive and willing to give my all, so that it would be my output will become effective and successful.
All right. Thank you so much, Christian.
Sir.
That's it. Okay. So, for a while lang ha. So again, thank you very much, Christian, for
Thank you, sir.
taking the challenge. All right. All right. So let's go to the next. No, si Randale Nico T. Fernandez. Hey, Randale. For a while. Okay. Hello, Randale. Good afternoon. Hello. Randale, are you there? Okay, who wants to volunteer? Or ako'y magbuot? Who wants to be here? All right. Okay, babae naman siguro because kanina babae lalaki and then so pwede babae ngayon. Okay, so I want Kathleen Baobao. Okay, so Kath, please accept the the invitation as one of the ayan. Okay, Kath, hello. Kindly on your mic.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Kathleen. Hello.
Yes,
Ayan, sige. Okay, so
yes, sir.
All right. Tell me something about yourself. What's your course?
Um, so good afternoon, everyone. I am Kathleen Baubao, and I am from Business Administration Marketing Management course. And actually, to tell you honestly, this is not really the course that I want or in college, but I don't have any choice. And now I'm enjoying it already. So
What was the
I'm
factor
loving it.
that led you to love the course? What were those factors?
Um, maybe aside from my aside from I'm in a friendly environment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just that um, it, it's just a sudden thing happens that I love this course.
Okay, maybe you're able to find no, your interest no, in taking the
Yes.
course no, as you go along no, with your journey with the course. Okay, so let's start no, our interview. So here's the first question, Kat. Are you ready? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Here's the first question. If you're an animal, which one would you want to be?
I love you know I love to travel. I love going anywhere or somewhere. So I'd rather to be a bird, a bird, because bird can fly high so that they can see everything. They can just like me. I want to see everything. I want to explore. Yes, and bird as well.
All right.
That's it.
So how would you rate yourself from 1 to 10?
So I am confidently rate myself as 10 because I may not be good enough as a person, but I know to myself I can correct those mistakes that I made.
Okay. So will you relocate this does relocation bother you? So like in this position, no, you can be relocated to a certain place, like for example, Cebu, because this company has its branches. No, are you willing to relocate? And does it bother you?
Yes, no, it doesn't bother me because I can easily adapt to any new environment. So relocating isn't bothering me.
But how about no?
That's it.
How about considering no, you have your family here? Are you willing to have that long distance communication or relationship with your family? Would that be okay?
Yes. Actually, I'm used to that because um, I also live in my auntie's house, so it's
Mm.
normal for me.
So you are used to it. All right. Okay.
Yes,
So how many hours a week do you usually work and why?
from 8 to 10 hours. I mean a week, so 8 to 10 hours a day.
Mhm.
Usually at least the
At
6 days
So at
of
least
that
10 hours a week.
week.
So that means
Yes,
you're willing to have your overtime. Why is that so?
yes, I can. Um, maybe I love aside from I love to work, I want myself to be more um I want to do something
All right, thank you so
that
much.
could make my. Thank you, sir.
Sorry kasi nawala yung signal mo. Sorry. Okay. Ayun. So thank you very much, Kathleen,
Okay.
for taking the challenge. All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next? So, madali lang naman. How about May Ontong? Joke lang. Okay, so babae. Let's have Kizel Kamiyama. Okay, Kizel, please accept the invitation. Okay, promoted you to panelist. Please accept the invitation. Okay, let's have Angela Mayumi Marquez. Okay, Angela, please accept the invitation. Okay, so I promoted you to panelist, so please accept. Ayan. Okay, so good afternoon, Neil Patrick Labor. Kindly on your mic and also your video. Hello, Neil Patrick. Okay, so before we will have the interview with Neil, let's have Kizel. Kizel, can you hear? Can you on your mic?
Hello, sir. Can you
Ayan.
hear me?
All right. So good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, kindly introduce yourself. Ano yung program mo?
Hello, sir, and hello, guys. I'm Kizal, and I'm from I'm Kae. I'm studying accounting technology in UM. I'm a fourth year student now, and I'm a graduating student actually. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy to have this culmination in CAED.
Okay, so what brought you to take accounting technology and not accountancy?
Actually, a previously an accounting student, and as we all know, it's a very hard course. So yeah, I decided to shift to accounting technology because I know there's a lot of opportunities abroad than accountancy student like CPAs in the Philippines. So that is why I preferred accounting technology.
So do you have plans after your graduation or after getting the degree of accounting technology, you will pursue accountancy?
Actually, no, I don't have. It's not in my heart anymore to be a CPA. But I really look up to those who are accountant today, those CPAs who pass the board exam, because I know during our lessons and our examinations, that is such a hard course to finish. Yes.
Right. Okay, so let's start our interview. Kazel, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's your first question. So tell me about the last time you had disagreement with someone.
Okay, so the last time I had a disagreement with someone was maybe just a while ago. That was against my friend because it's just a very petty problem, like a movie choice, and I wanted to.
What movie?
Uh,
Is that K-drama?
no, it was Fangirl by Paula Avellino because she thought,
Oh,
yeah, she thought it was a bad movie because it's a Filipino indie kind of film. But I told her that it's such a good film. It's not a mediocre film. It's not a corny, like we all know the ending kind of film, but it actually gives you a lot of good stories and lessons from that movie.
so how did you end the conversation? Are you still in disagreement until now?
Actually, I won the argument, so
You want argument?
we ended up watching Fine Girl.
All right. Okay. So if I gave you an elephant, where would you hide it?
Okay, so if you give me an elephant, I will. Can I prefer not to hide the elephant, and I'll probably return it to where it came from. If I have that access, I will probably return it to I mean in Africa, and let it enjoy the nature where that elephant came from. Yes.
Okay. So so what has been your most disappointing experience?
Um,
Tanong pa sa'yo lahat ng mga ano ba, situational question.
my most disappointing experience that was delaying my college because I'm that student who stopped college because of financial problems. And when I was a teenager, like I know we've all been through this, like the angsty phase as a teenager. Like I feel so sad about the world and I don't know what to do yet. And if only I knew how to have a growth mindset, I would choose to do everything to study back then instead of being so frustrated with the world. I mean, my age before and my age today, there was I am frustrated and disappointed with how much time I lost just because I'm frustrated and I can't handle my emotions. That's that's it.
Right. Okay. So I've seen applicants with impressive credentials and good years of experience. Why should I hire you for the job and not them?
Yeah, I also seen a lot of applicants with impressive credentials, but I believe I am that someone who is very willing to learn and to be educated. And I have this growth mindset that I want to learn more to improve myself as a professional and for the betterment of the organization. And I believe I applied for the job not because I want the salary or I want people to be impressed by my performance, but I really want to learn to be out in the industry, to be out with people, to learn more and to just enjoy the world, the professional world itself. And having that kind of mindset, I believe I that is more impressive than just the credentials alone.
All right. So last question, Kazel. What college subjects did you like least and why?
As an accounting student, the least subjects, the subjects that I hated, of course, that would be accounting, because accounting subjects, like the major subjects we have, those are very challenging, difficult, super complicated subject. But even if I hated it, uh, during my 4 years of college, I learned to love such subjects because, like they said, the harder the more challenging the situation is, and the moment you overcome the situation, that what makes you powerful. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Kazel. So
Thank
before
you.
you leave, no, we will go back to us attending. Is it okay if we can on your camera? Because I'm curious behind those statements kanina. All right. So thank you so much, Kazel. Yan pala si Kazel. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you po.
Okay. Let's have Gracelyn Bayot. Please accept the invitation as one of the panelists. So Neil, Patrick, are you ready? Wala po. So isa pa mag-volunteer.
Sir,
Ayun, Neil. Hello?
hello,
Yes?
sir.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Is it okay if you can on your camera?
Ay, saan pag on sa camera, sir?
Click lang ang kanang camera na button.
Ah,
Ayan. Okay. Sige. Okay, so kaya please tell us about yourself and anong course mo.
I am Neil Patrick Labor and I am a fourth year architecture student.
Okay, so why architecture?
Well, that is because I like to draw uh, not necessarily buildings, but I like to draw anything, I guess.
Because of your hobby of drawing. That's why you've chosen architecture.
Yes, sir.
So are you happy with the course?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? It seems like you're not. Okay, anyways, let's go to the questions. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's your question. What is the important lesson you have learned from this pandemic and how this has changed your perspective?
The important lesson I have learned in this pandemic is to the connection that I have with people, because I've learned that it is important to have socialize, especially uh, if you want to build friendships and connections, because life is somewhat fleeting, um, and time can never be uh, rewinded, or di na mabalik ang oras. And I also learned that life is important. Okay, especially karon na um, daghag nga matay.
Okay. So next question. Where do you see yourself in 7 years?
I see myself as a licensed architect, and designing my plans and designing buildings, working with new people on the field.
Mhm. Okay, so yun lang.
Sir.
Okay. So when was the last time you broke the rules? What was the situation and what did you do?
Well, the last time I broke the rules, it was maybe 2 years ago.
Mhm.
It was on online class, a quiz, I think. Um, it was I you could say that I cheated on a quiz.
Why is that so? Why did you do that one? What was the
Well,
reason?
that is because um, I want to have a high score, I guess.
So that was the ano.
Yes, sir.
So what was the lesson that you what was the lesson you've learned from that? And did you do it again?
Um, somewhat. I learned that integrity is important, and also honesty. Now I I try my best to not cheat anymore. I've learned to correct my ways, and turn over a new leaf, could say.
All right. Okay. So this one. So somehow related to that one. So since you're now in a fourth year level, so how do you deal with pressure or stressful situation?
Well, I could say in stressful situations, I have this habit of smiling. I can control my smile when I'm stressed, or especially now we're having an interview. You could see me. Uh, I don't really plan on uh, uh, to smile, but I guess I think of happy thoughts. You could say
You're pressured.
during pressure. Yes.
All right. So thank you so much, Neil, Patrick. Uh, and yun. Let's have another one. Last name. Okay. Meron pa? Kani sir, si Marvin Feble, sir. Okay, babae naman. Sino? Last one. Babae. Would like to be interviewed. Ito si Giselle Andrade. Giselle, please accept the invitation. Ayun. Okay, Giselle, kindly turn on your mic and also your camera so that we can start our interview. Hello, Giselle. Hello. Hello, Giselle. Hello. Okay, so I guess that's the end of our mock interview. So ganun lang. Okay, so I'll give the floor to Sir Ray.
Kasan si Benji? Okay, I'm back. Wala na ato mga estudyante. Asa na sila na nga to? Daghang patag question. Anyway, ito I'd like to show this. This is a survey done by the QS Global Employer Survey, and they were asked what are the important scores or what are the important skills they are looking for from an applicant. And this is the result of the survey. Topping the list is communication, and followed by problem solving, teamwork, flexibility, interpersonal. You might be asking, what are the specific field of discipline or field of career that these applicants and these industries are into? Well, these are aggregate data or aggregate scores. So this is a combination of different fields, different career, different professions. So why I'm sharing this to you, because I want you to take note and I want you to develop these skills over time. While you are still in the university, try to improve your skills with regards to these top skills, top scorers, particularly communication, your problem solving, your teamwork, and your flexibility. All right. Okay. And there's also the gap values. What the employers have seen is that these are the things that they have noticed that are lacking from the applicants. Topping the list is problem solving, being resilient, communication, creativity, and flexibility. All right. So these are the common observations, the things that they have seen from the applicants, which means that by aggregate numbers, all applicants, by general, lacked problem-solving skills, and resilience and the like. So please take note of this. I'd like to end our session today for this. We look for three things when we hire for people. We look for intelligence, we look for initiative or energy, and we look for integrity. And if they don't have the latter, the last one, which is integrity, the first two will kill you, because if you're going to get someone without integrity, you want them lazy and dumb. So with that, Kaid 500 students, it's nice that despite notwithstanding our situation right now, you continue to pursue your studies, regardless of the challenging situation. That's nice because you don't like to be left behind. The moment that the situation will be weathered and we go back to our old normal lives, then you are ready for the world of work. Okay? So with that, thank you very much, and stay safe, everyone. I will give you back to Benji for some instruction. Benji.
All right, so thank you so much, Sir Ray, for your discussion with regards to nonverbal communication and also to yung personality development natin. Okay, so very important yan for especially sa ating mga graduating students. And of course, aside sa seminar natin, we will still have our culmination next week. No, pas-pas kayo ang pacing, no, kasi summer. So, yun. Instructions, no, for other activities na kailangan yung i-submit, no, for the subject. So, ito-post yan ng ating mga coaches or yung mga coaches na assign sa inyo, ha. Ako, si Ma'am Isa, and also Ma'am May. Okay, so ano yung mga activities, no, na kailangan ninyong gawin? Of course, yung career portfolio. And then, meron pa tayong virtual mock interview at saka yung TikTok challenge. Okay, so these are two options, no, na pwede niyong pagpilian in order na ma-apply natin yung mga discussion natin from Component B seminar until ngayon Component C seminar. Okay, so if you will join the virtual mock interview, so kailangan naka-attire kayo and of course nakaset yung camera ninyo, and then there will be someone, no, na mag-i-interview sa inyo virtually. Okay? So kung ayaw nyo naman, no, para baka tense kayo or you're not yet ready for live interview, so you can also have the TikTok challenge. Okay? So dalawa yan siya na video na kailangan nyo i-submit. Una is yung duet, no, with your coach. So you just search the Student Care Development Office na TikTok account, and then makikita nyo yung mga videos ng mga coaches ninyo. Then all you need to do is to have a duet, no, with your coach. So merong question si coach doon, and then what you have to do is have a duet. So answeran ninyo to na siya na question, and then you submit ninyo sa LMS. And then of course another is yung attire ninyo, job interview attire. So you're going to make a video, no, out na naka ano ang inyong attire. So instruction to that ibutang lang po sa LMS. Okay, so depende sa inyo, ha. It's either you join the virtual mock interview or the TikTok challenge. Okay? So, yun. So, other instruction sa LMS lang i-post. Okay, so you have questions. You can ask questions sa Q&A. Baka meron kayong clarification. So, para ma-address natin.
Hello, afternoon. Yes po. I'm speaking, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wala. Parang wala naman, no? Anyways, ayun, meron. Ang mock interview, sir, isang date with, Friday. This Friday. Okay, so mag-post lang sa LMS, sa link, para makaregister mo dito. So, para sa inyong availability. Sa mo available, no, as a Friday. Okay? Sa pa, basig na pa other clarification. Yes, mag-choose man mo og time dito. So, tanawon lang ninyo sa LMS ang instruction for virtual mock interview. Napa ba? So, anyways, kung naamoy other questions, you can ask man your coaches sa inyong mga group chats or through sa LMS. So, thank you very much. So, don't forget na sa inyong mga screenshots, no, para sa attendance ninyo. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless and keep safe.